how are you today? What's happening? It's beautiful in Brisbane today. It's lovely winter weather, but I believe the southern hemisphere is really hot and humid. So we'll give thanks that it's really nice and cool here. Okay, for those who are new to this, my name's Linda and I'm your heart-centered counsellor, and we also do lots of soul-centered work here. Today I want to talk to you about emotional nourishment. Now, what do you think of when you think of emotional nourishment and you compare it to physical nourishment, where you take care of your body and you do that through food, sleep, mental stimulation, and so much more? What do you do for your emotional nourishment? If you have an idea of what you do for your emotional nourishment, pop it down below. Hit me up, let me know. Now, if you're here today for the first time, welcome. It's great to have you with me. And as we go along, you're going to find that we give lots of information to reflect on as you go throughout your day. So it's not separate from your day, but as you walk through your day, how can you observe these things in yourself and what's happening? Okay? Now, so today we want to take a look at what we're going to do for emotional nourishment. Now, there's two sides. There's what we do and there's what we reflect upon. Okay? So, don't avoid reflecting on your emotions. Be aware of when you lose the plot more than once in a day, okay? And we all do it, especially when we're mums. Oh my goodness, the pressure can become intense, especially when we're on a time limit, okay? But be aware. Don't be afraid of observing your emotions. Hi, Nicole. And actually taking on board what's happening for you. So if we're going to get triggered, especially when we've got anxiety, depression, we've got PTSD, if we're getting triggered into where we're overflowing and having emotional reactions, then in order to have the healthy change, we need to first be aware of what's happening for us. So what is the situation we're in? And then if that situation keeps reoccurring, that's the point where we know, okay, I need to do some deeper work with this and what's happening for me, not just at the heart level and the mind level, but what's happening deep down in my soul that's coming forward so that I can process it, okay? So be inquisitive. When you get to that stage, be inquisitive and ask yourself some questions. Now, you might not always have answers straight away, but what you can do is say, look around on the outside initially. So why am I reacting this way repeatedly? Okay. What do I want to do better about this? And as you get an answer to each question, then ask a deeper question about the answer you've got. Okay. So it's a on flow all the time. Now, why do we do this? Because as women, we want to remove our need for control, and I don't mean controlling, that's a whole different ballgame altogether. Our need to control, and that comes from all the layers that have built up from the anxiety and PTSD, our need to control our environment and those that are in that environment. And we do that because we have a really deep soul desire to feel safe, okay? And it doesn't matter how much logically we tell ourselves, I am safe, and we need to do that. And I've done videos in group about our breathing and looking around and grounding and feeling safe. Well, what we want to ask ourselves is the deeper questions about our emotional needs in this particular situation. Because when we understand them, we can relay them to those around us, and it alleviates pressure on them. Okay, so one of the simplest examples I have is when I was recovering. I used to come out and I'd start to get dinner ready, and I didn't even realise it, but I'd be cranky because at the end of the day my brain was so tired from me pushing all day to be well, to get work done, to do things, to have change, to retrain my brain. I'm just tired thinking about it. But it'd be like, oh, right, I've got to focus enough So I've got to find enough mental acuity to focus and go, right, what's the order in which I cook dinner? Okay? Now, if you think about how automatically it comes to us over many years of cooking dinner, we begin to realise that when we've lost all that and we have to rebuild all of that, especially when we're in trigger situations, then you're going to have an appreciation of the work that you need to do ahead of you, okay? But the point is, my kids would think that I was angry at them until I said to them, what's going on? They said, aren't you angry at us? I'm like, no, I'm just brain tired, okay? So what you need to do is when you get into this stage of being triggered into your panic and anxiety and overtired, is remember to stop your emotions. So put a big red stop sign over your head, go stop. I just need to stop and be in this moment. And do your 5 second in, 5 second out breathing, okay? That's really, really important to do that, because what you can do then is begin to process things mentally, okay? Until we stop going off like a frog in a sock emotionally, we can't stop and listen to our thoughts that are taking us down the same roads again, okay? So we need to do that for ourselves, and then we need to do it for anyone who's around us and living with us as well, so that they know it's not them, it's just that we're struggling in this moment to try and work through either tiredness, hunger. Look, if I don't eat properly, hunger will do it to me too. And it's like we've got to remember our brain just gets into that keep it safe mode. So we've got to work with it in these steps. And remember, do you have a burning desire to know who you are and why you're here? What's the purpose? How is this all going to unfold? How are all the tragedies in my life, and believe me, we've all had lots, going to come together in order that I have a life where I can be fulfilled and I can help others as well. And these things do come together, but first we have to do us, okay? We have to be well enough, and we have to understand the unpacking of what's happened to us. So when you're under pressure, examine your behaviours and your emotional responses. And then you ask yourself, what would I change? What do I want to change? And in that moment, you empower yourself to go, oh, so am I behaving like my family or my mum or my dad? Or is this brought about by the trauma in my life? Okay? And when you do that, you can go, okay, which one is it? Oh no, I'm just tired from all the effort it takes to appear normal and trying to have a normal life, okay? And we're allowed to be honest with ourselves that this recovery process, so that we can heal, is hard work, all right? And, well, actually, it's work, and any work means effort, okay? Now, when we do that, we go, right, what do I want to change about this situation? Now, remember, you've observed yourself doing this for a few days in a row or at the same time frame each week. So then you're going to be able to say, what do I want to change about this to reflect who I am as a person? What do I want to change? Now, it can be challenging because your brain, your whole mindset has to change, and that in itself takes a bit of work. It takes us changing our behaviours, and then as our behaviours change, our heart relaxes enough that we can be open to having our heart transformed as well. So we actually get our strength from our soul coming up, and our heart relaxes, and then once we're relaxed on our heart level and our body relaxes, our mind can go, oh yeah, she is safe. We can do this. We can do things a different way, okay? Now, change begins by us recognising it's never about the other person. We can't change them. We can't change their reaction or responses, but we can change us, okay? And it's the most valuable, priceless work that we ever do in our lives is to change us. Because when we do that, it actually allows other people in our environment and who relate to us to grow into and be themselves, okay? Because we lead. We take that position of, okay, I'm changing. So sometimes my kids and I used to have these conversations. One of the things that I used to do, and this is the simplest example, is we'd go through a drive-through to grab some quick meals or a drink or whatever, okay? Didn't matter what it was. But I'd have to say to them, tell me one at a time what you want, okay? And it would have to be at the speaker one at a time because I had no memory retention, okay? And as we went through this process over time, I was able to begin remembering things, but for them, it became a way to communicate and understand me, what was happening. And it gave them the ability to know what was happening for me instead of me trying to be the strong one all the time. And I can guarantee if you've been through trauma, if you have anxiety, if you have PTSD, and you're anything like me, then you are the one trying to keep everyone and everything together. But we need to empower not just ourselves, but our children, our families, by letting them know how vulnerable we are and that there are just things we can't do now, but we are working towards being able to do as we go along. So the first time I was actually able to remember 3 orders, it was like, yay, we're getting there. And it takes time, okay? Obviously for me, it took a lot longer than perhaps it may for you because I had lost all my brain function. And one of the things I did, if you need to regain your brain function, your cognitive functions, memory and stuff, is every day I would do online brain training. And I can tell you, it was worth it because it gave me the ability to be able to focus on study as well. So I recommend it, especially if you want to heal from anxiety and PTSD. It helps our brain get back into a really good rhythm for a lot of things. If you do the brain training, you'll understand what I mean. And you can see the improvement daily too, by the way. Okay, now we want to acknowledge that anxiety fears are irrational, so we want to nourish ourselves with truth, okay? So what is the truth for you? Okay, so if my anxiety is going off like a frog in a sock, I need to go stop. I need to stop the emotions and go and look around me and go, what's the truth? And the truth is, if I'm at home, the truth is I'm safe. And the truth is, I want to do the next thing on my list, okay? If I'm out, the truth is, okay, I may be new to this particular shop or this church or this community centre, whatever it is that I'm new to, that's the truth, but I'm looking around and I am safe. Now remember, I am are the 2 most powerful words. And you want to breathe it in because you want to breathe in life. Okay, remember, no breath is expired. I'm expired and I'm far from expired. So I want to be inspired, breathe my breath in and slowly. And I want to feel my body and I want to say I am safe. And the truth is I am safe where I've put myself. And in this process, not only are we rewiring our brain, we're rewiring all our cells as well to know that we make good decisions, okay? Because one of the underlying triggers with anxiety and PTSD is definitely we lose faith in our ability to make healthy decisions. And that's another chat show entirely today, so I won't go there. Ask for feedback from friends, especially if you feel comfortable enough to say to them, am I zoning out? Am I stepping back? Am I not challenging myself to step up and do something differently? And do that with people that you trust and that can talk to you in a manner that is loving and kind, okay? Don't give people permission to talk into your life who are not loving and calm and kind, okay? You've had enough trauma. You don't need any more. So, and we too need to learn through changing our behaviours, is learn to communicate your emotions kindly and with calmness, okay? So even when you're feeling super tense, right, and your brain's like this fog and you can't see forward and everything feels like a ball of wool jumbled up, so not nice and neat and tidy. It's like one of those balls of wool that you drop it and you've got to try and put it back together and it's just a mess. And our brain feels like that and we can't see which direction. Then say, I need to stop right now. Okay, can we just stop? Because I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling like I can't see the direction. I'm feeling like mentally things are a ball of wool and they're a fog and I'm trying to breathe. And when you put your hand here on your heart, you'll actually be able to feel that your heart feels tight, your chest area feels tight, and you're trying to get your focus right back into this moment. Now, when you're with somebody who appreciates that, they will just wait and they'll give you time to settle down and process it as well. Now, when I use the word settle down, I don't mean, the picture I get is in the old days of when people were quite rude actually, and they'd say, oh, just settle down. It's not that. It's we give ourselves time to settle in our heart and our mind what's the one next thing that we need to do. And if we were just to say, right, hang on, I just need to work out the one next thing I need to do, and the people around us know, okay, if I can just let it process, we'll go ahead and everyone will feel good in the situation, okay? I've done this with my kids. They're young adults now, and I've taught them to do it with me, okay, and just say, Mum, just wait, I've got to process this, and it works out really, really well. And we give them not just the permission, but we give them the words, okay, to go with that. So as mums, we have insight into, it's like we stand there and we can see their minds going, their hearts going, and we go, right. And we can say to them, okay, do you just need a moment? Right. If you just need a moment, just say to me, I just need a moment. And when I've done that with my kids, they learn to repeat it back to me, and it gives them time, and I wait. I wait until they're ready and they've processed what they need to process in order that we can have a conversation, or we can just do the one next thing. Anxiety and PTSD always had me in a rush, okay? And we don't need to rush at all, okay? Okay, I hope that's helped today. If you're here and you have any questions at all, you are more than welcome to comment below or private message me on the page. It's easy to do and I always answer. And if you watch on YouTube, hit subscribe if you want to know when the next video is out. Comment below if you have any questions or you've enjoyed it. And for everyone who's been here today, thank you for watching. It's great to have you here. And I will be here, same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow, because it's beautiful Friday tomorrow. And I will see you then. Okay, great to have you with me today. Bye for now.